gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the only show on the internet that has both Preston Black and Taun Mitchell. With me as always, spoiler, it's Preston Black.
Hey, oh, that's me.
And sharing the couch with him, damn, you know it's Cha Boy Taun Mitchell. It's the only way I'm going to introduce myself going forward is Cha Boy Taun Mitchell.
Yeah, that's fair. So what's happening here? You got a doppelgangs?
Yeah. So we're just going to vogue about it for a minute, if that's chill. We thought about fighting about it, but instead we're like, what if we just demonstrated that only one of us truly had the moves to be the real Slim Shady?
We've each got 4 guns, but let's have a dance-off instead.
Cumulatively, we have more guns than...
Whoa!
Pow. What a great opportunity to change the subject, because I did not have a way to finish whatever goof I was going for. Ah! Yeah, this game has a habit of just starting the fight as you're getting hit.
That's cool.
I mean, if I were playing through this, like, steadily, I think I usually get used to it, but I always forget.
So who's this little girl?
Friend of mine. She's a little girl I found. And then the voice in my head told me, she's the key to your future. Oh, wow, this got sensual. So I just kind of phased into her reality and scooped her up, and we just kind of been kicking it ever since.
So you don't really know what her deal is. You just know she's important.
Yes. There's 2 of them. Wow.
So Duckman.
Duckman's
a show from the 90s.
New Duckburg?
What?
Duckburg.
No. Duckman's a show from the 90s. It's made by Classy Supo, who did Rugrats and Not Real Monsters and all these other Nicktoons that everybody loves, but it was not a Nickelodeon show, and it's for grown-ups. It was on, I want to say it was on like USA or something
YouTube,
like that.
I think you're thinking of.
It was like a late-night show.
I'm from USA.
So
that's why I'm like this, because characters are welcome here. It's our motto on the flag.
Right.
What's my next LP? Before you tell your stupid story.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Let's just keep all of our diehard Duckman fans in the audience just on the edge of their seat at all times.
Chapter 9.
Done. Nailed it.
No, Chapter 9 is the next one, it says.
I have just obtained the LP at the end of Chapter 9.
At the end of verse 9.
And
then it says that Chapter 9 is where the next one is.
What chapter are we in? We're in
6.
chapter like 6 or 7, right?
6.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess we know when we change chapters pretty hard. So we're going to talk about...
Does that sound right?
Yeah. I feel like there's a gap.
Okay.
That seems right. Seems believable.
Okay. Yeah, so Duckman, it is about an anthropomorphic duck.
Nice.
Who is...
Can an anthropomorphic fuck?
Yeah.
What else just came up recently where you were excited about anthropomorphic ducks?
This is
a thing for you. You might need
It's a fairly recent game, Mutants something.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I think it's an RTS.
If you subscribe to Humble Monthly for $12 a month on their website, you'll get that game packed in with that now.
Really?
And you can cancel after 1 month.
Oh, chill.
JSYK.
Cool. Good to know.
For all the other duck perverts out there. Jesus Christ, Preston.
Well, the thing is,
I can't believe you aired this shit out on the show.
I
Together.
Feel like a game that I need to play. I'm just like hyped on the fact that you can play as an anthropomorphic duck.
What is it? What's the anthropomorphic duck thing? Have you ever unpacked this with yourself? With yourself and
I
your
just like
god?
ducks.
All right.
This is all. All right. So the wanting to play the game that has an anthropomorphic duck, I'm in for it because I love ducks. Liking Duckman is coincidental because I just loved that show when I was a kid. I was watching it when I was too young for it, to be sure. It's very adult.
Okay.
But anyway, so it's about
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the only show on the internet that matters. That's right, it's On Can't Play, the superior Preston Can't Play product in our line of offerings.
I would probably agree.
So say that about yourself.
So Duckman, yeah. So titular Duckman, an anthropomorphic duck. He is a private detective. And
My mic keeps sagging, so I'm just gonna, at probably the most inopportune times, adjust it.
yeah, that's fine. And so it's basically just about him being a private detective, and also he lives like he's just grumpy and has a family full of characters. And
USA characters welcome.
yeah,
baby.
there's not like a whole great deal to like describe it. It's just a premise,
You've
and
done
it's
it.
super episodic.
How much of it exists?
I don't know. Let me see. Hold on.
Now that you're in possession of 100% of it.
Yeah. I never like watched it straight through. I was only watching it like late night, like as a kid. So like whenever I stayed up late enough for it to be on, I would watch it. But I don't think it really has much continuity.
Let me see how it looks.
Duckman.
Oh, I've seen that character.
Yeah, he's played by Jason Alexander.
Whom we all recognize from.
Oh my god, you did, didn't
From
you?
Seinfeld, of course.
Can you do that?
Is that like with my mouth? Is that what you mean?
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Slapping a bass?
Yeah, have you ever seen Seinfeld?
Slapping a
Are you too young for that?
Wow.
Are you too young for Seinfeld?
It's a complete series.
Was that a little bit before your time?
Says it's 10 discs.
Wow.
Ran from 1994 to 1997. And it doesn't specifically say how many seasons.
Wow.
but presumably 3 or 4.
10 discs though, huh?
Yeah. A lot of discs.
A lot of fucking discs, eh?
Yeah, it's a great show. I am. Ooh, that is a warm controller.
Oh, I shouldn't have touched you with that. I'm sorry. Turn away so much. He looks like Chicken Little. That's who he looks
yeah, it
like.
does kind of look like Chicken Little.
Did they rip off Chicken Little to make this?
I doubt it.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Doesn't seem like it has.
It's fucked up, eh?
First off, he's a duck, so
First off,
that
isn't. Oh no, he's a chicken, eh?
I'm positive. I'm positive that this show has not aged well.
Why is that? 90s caricatures.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a late night animated show for adults
Ooh.
is probably horribly offensive. But I've got nostalgia glasses. We'll see. We'll see how far the nostalgia glasses get me when I actually try to watch it. Who knows?
I'm fucking crushing this shit so far. Can I talk to you about something? I feel like it's really my time to shine on it. Something I'd like to talk about. This is the Taun time, everyone. Welcome to it.
It is, and I've been dominating. I'm sorry my voice is so gravely.
It's okay, boo boo. Boo boo.
Yeah, what's your deal?
I recently picked up the second new Tomb Raider game.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you played the first?
Yeah, here's the thing: is I played the first and I enjoyed it.
We were talking about this
Excuse
on
you.
Super Mario, right? Because you were like, why would they name
I thought it was a
Tomb
special
Raider
edition
game,
for
Tomb
so
Raider,
long.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I thought the sequel to Tomb Raider 2012, which is titled Rise of the Tomb Raider, was just a special edition of Tomb Raider 2012 re-released for PS4. Because Tomb Raider 2012. Why are you looking so incredulously at my
I'm
mic?
trying to see if it's syncing, like at a rate that I can notice just by
Oh,
looking at it.
I tightened it up. I think it's
Oh, you did?
stopped
Oh,
finally.
okay. Oh, that's good. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the continuation of the episode you've already been watching. I believe I was just about to start talking about something novel that's recently happened to me. Mm-hmm. It involves Tomb Raider.
yes, that's right.
It's been, like, acceptably fun.
Oh, that was like an hour ago that we were talking about that.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. It's interesting because, like, there's a comparison made pretty often between it and Uncharted, which I think is pretty fair because there's very similar gameplay.
Uh-huh.
I think Uncharted focuses a lot more on cinematic experiences and like character interactions, where Tomb Raider's like, "Hey, dog, you want to just solve some puzzles by yourself for an hour?" And so that I'm pretty into because it has
Ooh.
very clear different sections of play that you can, for the most part, kind of control which one you're going to be interacting with. Whether you want to be like exploring and crafting and making new weapons and like upgrades for yourself, or if you want to be taking on enemies and doing fights hella much, or if you want to just quietly explore some crypts for a while and unlock their secrets to get their powers. And so it's a really fun game to kind of just like put on and like not have to think critically about and just kind of enjoy, because there exists a story, but so far it's nothingness. It's just so stupid and boring. I couldn't be convinced to give a shit about it. And I think that the game is designed with like kind of challenging gunplay, similar to like The Last of Us, where it doesn't like really help you a lot, which a lot of controller-based shooters will do, because controllers are a little bit challenging to aim with sometimes. So even with that, combined with this being the first shooter I've played on a controller since playing Overwatch for the past like year. I mean, we played Cold Fear briefly here, but I think that game had its own challenges. But it's so uncomfortable going back into a shooter.
Made its own rules up.
Yeah. And it's not a first-person shooter, which like might make a little bit of a difference, but it's just really weird not having a mouse and keyboard, which is something I thought I would never say, because I really resisted playing with a mouse and keyboard for a very, very long time. Like I played Battleborn, which is very similar to Overwatch, insistently using a controller, and like several other games that people, if I partied up with people and they found out I was using a controller, they'd just kick me out of the party because they would assume I couldn't do as good as they were. And I took like personal offense to it on Evolve, because I was really fucking good at Evolve, and people would be like, if for whatever reason they learned that I was playing with a controller, they'd get all shitty and like, oh, fucking kick this guy out, he's not gonna do very good. And I'd be like, okay, cool, well, let's play this match, and I'll play whatever hero that like you think I'm not gonna do good with, and if you can do the next match and do better than me, I'll listen. But yeah, it's odd that I've adapted just so completely. I'm so powerful.
Do you...
Like a gazelle.
Is that the point that you were making? or is that a tangent?
I was just kind of thinking freely about how it feels really uncomfortable going back to a controller, which is odd because I thought I would never leave a controller. And also I love Overwatch. I forget if I've mentioned that yet this recording sesh. A new character did release. I'm very excited about him. His name is Baptiste, and he's a combat medic, and it's challenging because he just released on Tuesday, so I'm very excited to play him, but so is everyone else.
Right.
So it's very difficult to actually get to play with him, because on the typical quick play mode, you're limited to only one person being each character at a time. So like they have a mode right now where there's no limits, so everyone can play as Baptiste and try out the new hero, but it's also no one's trying because it's not like a serious thing.
Right.
It's not as competitive.
Can you play like local, just like practice mode, or do you have to play with people online? I know there's no like story mode or anything like that to play through like single player, but like, do you have the ability to just like try a character outside of?
Yeah, so there is a training range where basically, you know, you can practice aiming from certain ranges, kind of see like how much damage your attacks actually do depending on where you're attacking from. Oh, I guess I'm falling now. That seems fine. And then there's also versus AI mode, but they don't have all the characters programmed to be bots. So out of like I think they're up to 30 characters now that are characters in the game, I think there's only like 10 that can actually show up as bots, which is okay.
So you don't get like the full experience.
Yeah. But yeah, that's absolutely what I played for a while, because I assumed that I was gonna hate competitive or like playing against people, but it was actually a lot of fun. But yeah, probably my first like 3 hours on that game. Maybe not quite that much, but definitely like the first dozen games I played were first AI like that.
Wow. So what do you think what's the basis for the like hate against controllers? Is it because people feel that you have more, like you can play more efficiently using a keyboard and mouse, or is it that they think that if you're serious about playing, that you're gonna do a keyboard and mouse, so if you have a controller, you're obviously just playing casually?
So, in my opinion, if you've spent your entire life playing with controller and you're just casually playing stuff, it's not worth getting good with keyboard and mouse.
Right.
But you can be so much more accurate with a mouse than you can with a controller, with a thumbstick.
Oh.
Especially because, like, PC games tend to have more controls for how like sensitive you want it to be. Where am I fucking going? I'm just kind of running on this guy.
So it's just like
here we go.
easier to like articulate like your aiming and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And so like Overwatch in particular, different heroes handle differently, and it'll allow you to change sensitivity for each individual hero, which is neato. But yeah, just in general, you have more control using your entire hand to control your cursor instead of just your thumb on a spring-loaded joystick, which like wasn't a thing I really appreciated until I played more Overwatch. And I'm like, fine, you guys were right. Shut up. And I think that now, if I'd played controller the whole time, I think that now I'm better at Overwatch with a keyboard and mouse than I would have been with controller. But I had to suck for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's probably why like Brigitte became my favorite hero. She doesn't require you to have like fine aiming skills, and it took me a very long time. In fact, I'm just really getting into aiming heavy heroes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the only show on the internet with 3 consecutive intros in a single episode. It's Taun Can't Play. We're here. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
For the fans. We do it all for you.
Live.
From New York.
Totally live.
It's Taunderday night. I'm like a little chip. I'm the guacamole. The asphalt is the chip.
Wow.
For this big being.
Yeah, that's true.
This seems like I'm about to get punched into Sky. Hello, Sky. I don't really know what I was supposed to do there to avoid that damage. Oh well. Howdy, Pilgrim.
Oh. Bye.
He's really not very receptive to just letting me like beat him up. Can I still attack this? Oh, I still can attack this. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get I take your meaning. I've always struggled to play first-person shooters with a keyboard because I just find the like actual moving to be really clunky.
Yeah. I'm just flying through the air. I don't really know.
I guess I'm sure it's probably just something that you just get used to.
Yeah.
And can work around, but like I had to start using a controller to play Half-Life 2 because I just find it so like jerky trying to move with ASD.
WESD?
ASDW.
It's a for sure bother. And I mean, like I said, I played so many games on PC before I finally decided I was going to learn. Before I was finally going to change. And like, I think it's silly when people judge people for using controllers over keyboards or vice versa, honestly. Like, I don't give a shit. If you're having fun, play the video game.
Whoa.
Like, I don't get why the way that I'm interacting with this game should affect you. And especially something like, it's silly when people get that obsessed with competitive games.
Yeah.
If you're in like actual ranked mode where your wins and losses are going to matter, maybe I'll, ignore you.
Right.
But when it's just like, we're on quick play, dog, and we're just like having funsies, like, what the fuck, dog? Just let me play. Let's all have fun.
Yeah.
This really feeds into like a much larger issue I have with people on multiplayer games who think that the quick play, like free play mode that like shouldn't fucking matter, is the biggest deal in the world.
It's serious, Taun.
Yeah, and like we'll get mad because that's quick play mode was where I learned to play.
Yeah.
And like people understood that I was a low level, so probably I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But now that I like am at a rank that like it's clear that I've played the game, quick play mode is where I go to try new heroes because I can't take them to competitive because I'll get my ass kicked immediately and everyone will be mad at me there instead. I'm really close to dying, so I'm gonna see if I can do anything about that.
Yeah, dude. Fix it up.
I don't think I can, but I'll give it a peep. It's because I don't know how far back in this fight it'll take me.
Give it a pee-pee.
Give it a pee-pee. You dirty bird. I guess I can do this. This will work for a while.
Whoa.
But yeah, people will like get straight up emotional in the chat for quick play. If you're playing a hero they don't think you should be on, if you're not performing at the level they think you should be performing. And one thing in particular is like, if no one's playing tank or support, they'll tell someone to play tank or support, but never ever do it themselves. They'll just complain and yell and shout.
Right, because they're there to play their character.
Yeah, can't you tell? They're on their main right now. It can't possibly be their problem that things aren't going well. Which is bothersome and challenging. Overwatch in particular has medals that it will award you, and everyone has the possibility to earn one of the... Oh, I took a lot of damage without noticing it.
Wow.
Everyone has the opportunity to earn these same 5 medals that borderline mean nothing. Like, it feels really good when you get gold medals on stuff, but realistically, it doesn't matter if you got all 5 gold medals if you're not working with your team and helping them succeed.
Right.
But people will be like, I've got gold heals right now. You guys can't tell me what to do. Or I've got gold hero damage right now. You can't tell me what to do. It's like, yeah, I don't care. You've also got 12 deaths and keep rushing into the enemy like backline just to die. So I don't know. It's whack.
So you get good,
Yeah.
Timothy. Do you want to take a pause?
Destroy
and
my
we'll,
sweater.
we'll talk more shit on the Overwatch community in the next episode.
As I walk away.
Taun Mitchell can't play.
Taun Mitchell cannot play. Don't even try. Don't even trip. He can't play.
Nah.
If you're tripping right now, just don't.
How can you play with that controller in your hand?